So we're going to dive into how to get sales on Shopify without ads. I know it's a popular thing right now, Shopify. It's a great platform. I do use it as well. And you'll hear a lot of people that do drop shipping. They sell their own products on Shopify. And you probably also went down that rabbit hole of hearing people running Facebook advertisements, Instagram advertisement, even Google pay-per-click and YouTube ads, right? To drive people into their funnels and to make sales. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can actually sell on Shopify without paying for any ads. I have tested the paid avenues. I still do. Some of the campaigns can win, some of the campaigns can lose. There is a lot of testing, and if you're going to outsource it to someone who actually knows what they're doing, it can also be costly. So you're probably wondering right now, how can you start with Shopify and actually do it a way where you don't spend any money on ads? And in a minute, I'm going to share my screen and show you some of the examples on how to actually accomplish this. Now, paid advertisement is great if you have the budget to test and to move forward with that, but my favorite method is actually organic, free traffic without paying a dime on ads. And this is all by leveraging SEO, search engine optimization. And in a minute, I'm going to share my screen and show you live examples, step by step, of how these websites, Shopify stores, are actually making money from free organic traffic. Now, when you're implementing SEO, search engine optimization, and this approach that I'm going to be sharing with you, it does take more of your time and more of hands-on labor from you, but it can be well worth it in the end. If you're new to my channel, I'm James Cook. I talk about business tips and advice from experience, especially when it comes to online investing in digital real estate. If you like that type of content, definitely click the subscribe button now so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. I always try to add a lot of value. Now, let me share my screen with you and let's go over some of these Shopify stores that's leveraging and utilizing search engine optimization to actually generate organic traffic, build a brand, and also generate sales. Okay, so now that I'm sharing my screen, what we're gonna do is just go Google search really quick. And what we're searching is charcoal facial cleanser. And now a lot of charcoal products started coming out. I know some people started making their own charcoal products. Some people are drop shipping them. Maybe you're using Shopify, maybe even using just an e-com store if you have your own product. Regardless, what I'm showing you now, yes, it's showing you how to leverage SEO with Shopify, build a brand, and over time build a lot of traffic organically towards your Shopify store and get sales. But this also works if you're doing e-com. If you just have an e-com store, this works as well. So we put this keyword in, charcoal facial cleanser, and I have a couple things going on right now, and if you're a newbie, I don't want you to get overwhelmed when you see all these numbers. What this is right here, where you see volume, this is a plugin from Ahrefs. I have that plugged in. It's a tool that I use. It's an SEO tool. I just like to look at the keyword volume. It's pretty much telling me how many people actually search this per month. The volume up here, the other one, this is Keywords Everywhere, the one that says 1,600 searches a month. These are just softwares. They're not 100% accurate. I just like to see some of the data that they show, and it always is a good sign if you see a number here. But if you see 0 here and you are using these tools, don't let that fool you. Sometimes it's just not picking up that the keyword is actually getting searched. So the first thing we're doing is we're looking at keywords, things that people potentially can type into Google because they're looking for a charcoal facial cleanser, and then we start coming down and we want to see who's at the top. You know, we see some products, usually see a lot of Amazon listings, so we're not going to click on those. And as I'm going down, I want to see, okay, who's on here? CVS.com and then some other sites. When I start seeing sites that look potentially like they're not big juggernaut sites like CVS, that's a good sign, okay? Because when you're building your brand, you're not going to be a big brand like CVS yet, right? So you're going to want to see other bloggers and other website owners that are kind of on your level. So like this Perfectly Natural Soap, let's just click this open. And you'll notice that this is ranking. This is a Shopify store. So because they're on page 1 for certain terms, they're going to organically get traffic over to their stores, to their blog. They're going to be able to educate people about their products and then make sales. And this is not through any type of paid advertisement. This is organic SEO. Now I'm just going to take a step back. I just want to go back so you can actually understand this in case you're new. What we're doing here is we're doing keyword research, and then we're building on our blog and on our website content around these keywords, and we want to rank them on page 1 of Google, so when people search those terms, they find our website, they find our blogs, they get educated, and then we can guide them to buy our products. Sometimes even our products will actually rank for the keywords, just like in this case, the product page is actually ranking. So if someone looks for charcoal facial cleanser and they land on this perfectlynaturalsoap.com, the Shopify store, they click, they're looking for it, boom. If they like what they're reading, they can add to cart and buy this charcoal facial cleanser. All right, so that's just one example. And you'll also notice I'm coming back on this right side, you're going to see a whole bunch of keywords pop up in about a second right here. And this is from Keywords Everywhere. It's a Chrome extension that I'm using. It's very cheap. I like to use it just to get keyword ideas. And pretty much what it's doing is when I'm typing in a keyword, I get to see other related long terms that are similar that people might be searching. And when I know that people are searching for these, I can start to think, oh wow, maybe I can actually end up optimizing my blog and my content around these other terms and get even more organic traffic. And the beautiful thing about this is once you are building this content machine, and it does take time, SEO takes time, it does take some hard work because you're going to be typing all of these blogs and this content out yourself, optimizing the images. I do have other videos going over SEO. I'm not going to cover every single step on how to do SEO, but I wanted to show you that if you're looking for a solution for your Shopify store, if you're really serious about building a brand around it and you don't want to spend a lot of money on ads right now, you should really consider going the evergreen route and building optimized content around your products that help educate people, and then in return they will buy from your shop. So you might be asking, okay, that's great, I know I could leverage SEO now, but how am I finding these keywords? How do I know what to go for? Well, the first thing is I am using these keyword tools, this Chrome extension that you can see, and then also Google is very good at suggesting other keyword terms that are relative to what you're typing in. So if you just scroll down all the way at the bottom, you'll see all these other searches related. This is Google letting you know other people are typing this in. People are typing this stuff in. How to use charcoal facial cleanser, right? So that would be a great blog post to write about or to include in your blog post that's already ranking, not only showing them your product, but showing them how to use it. There's going to be a better chance for them probably to convert and buy your product if you're teaching them how to use it, what's in your charcoal facial cleanser that makes it different, step-by-step guide. And when you're doing that, you're going to get even more organic traffic by really building your content around a whole bunch of terms that you can rank for and generate traffic. Let's say you have an idea right now. You're in the beginning phase of your Shopify store. Let's just do a quick example in case you're in a position where you have a product that you're being built. Now, in this example, what we're going to pretend is, let's say that I was building a product, a charcoal facial cleanser. Right now, I'm in the beginning stages. I'm looking at my competition. That's the first thing I want to do. Not only am I looking at keywords, but when I'm typing in keywords and I see that they're getting searched, I want to see who's on page 1. And when I see other sites, especially Shopify sites, what I want to do is I want to copy their URL, and I like to bring it in a tool called SEMrush. So we're going to jump on over to SEMrush. So here's SEMrush, and you can see that I put their URL in here, and what I started doing is running pretty much data on their site to see how many backlinks do they have, how much organic traffic are they getting per month, what is their authority score, is their traffic growing? Because I want to see what they're doing. If they're on page 1, I want to see what are they doing. If they're selling similar products to me, I want to know, okay, what keywords are they ranking for? And right here I could start to see, wow, they're ranking for natural soap. They're in position 14. They're almost on page 1. Here, charcoal facial cleanser. They're in spot 5. So if I just click more, view details right here, and what this is allowing me to do is start to gain an understanding of other keyword terms that I can add to my store and to my blog. Blogging is incredible. Giving information on your website through blog form and then funneling them into your funnel and helping them make a decision to buy from your shop and your Shopify store or your e-com store is where you can make the organic sales. And again, what's the best thing about this is it's evergreen. once you create this powerful content machine and you keep putting out all this great content, you're looking at your competitors, you see what they're ranking for, look at their content, reverse engineer it, make even better content. In time, you start ranking, you're getting more traffic, you're building more and more organic traffic that's coming in through Google search. Another thing you can also keep in mind when you're doing Shopify is you can leverage YouTube and YouTube SEO. I also talk about YouTube SEO by ranking these videos on page 1 of Google and then also ranking these YouTube videos on page 1 of YouTube. Some people will go over to YouTube directly because they love video and they might type in how to apply charcoal facial cleanser, or what is the best charcoal facial cleanser, or charcoal facial cleanser reviews. And if you're making videos for your own products, or you have a partner that will do it, or you're paying someone to do it, these videos can be very powerful. And then in the descriptions of the video, you link out to your Shopify store. You could give a discount if they go through your link. You can tell them, give them a coupon code, and that's how you can also drive organic sales by leveraging not only your blog in the search engine and your website, but also YouTube videos. I just wanted to throw that out there. It's a powerful tip. It definitely will help you with conversion as well when you're leveraging both a blog and a YouTube channel. So now we're going to jump into another case study. And if you just type right in the Google search bar, beard conditioner benefits, you'll see this number 1 snippet right here. Let's click on this. This is a well-written blog post, a lot of detail around that term, and it's talking about the benefits of using a beard conditioner. So you're going to notice that there are links throughout this blog to other educational blog posts of theirs, all about beard grooming products, and then also links over to their products. So think about this. Ranking number 1 for beard conditioner benefits, teaching people why they should condition their beard, some of the benefits, the best ingredients to use, and then also throwing in there a link over to a quality beard butter conditioner. And if we click on this, look what it opens up. It's going to open up the Shopify store. And right here, you can make your decision to now buy a beard conditioner for your beard. You see how that works? That's leveraging organic search traffic. It's getting your website and your blog to work for you. This is evergreen. So now that these blog posts start ranking and educating the consumer, the traffic starts coming over to your site organically. This is not paid ads. This is just organic search. You are putting in the work by getting the content written, especially if you're writing it yourself. You have to do the keyword research. You might want to also look at your competitors to see what they're doing. And you want to make sure that you're really informing people and really writing very well written content, and then at the same time having your shop available right in front of them, guiding them over to your shop to make a buying decision. So let's jump back over to Google and let's do one more in-depth research here. And let's start from the beginning, like we're just starting a Shopify store again. And one of the things that I think I want to do is like the fruit infuser water bottles. I see those are getting popular. A lot of people are walking around with those. Let's say that I was going to build a brand around those, and that was a product that I was going to create a Shopify store. First thing I would do is how I'd start is go over to Google so that we could do this together and just type in fruit infuser water bottle right there. Let's let Google come back with what they have. Now I can tell right here, by this being keyword everywhere, 9,900 monthly searches, this is definitely a popular keyword, which is great, but it's probably also competitive. So if you're just starting off with your blog, you do want to find the gem keywords that are a little bit longer, that are not as competitive. And again, we're using tools and also Google to help find us those terms, and then looking at competitors, bringing them an SEM Rush, which is another SEO tool. I'll leave that in the link in the description down below, where I can pull these competitors in and see what kind of traffic they're getting, what keywords they're going after, and then I can go after similar keywords on my blog and generate that targeted traffic as well. So now, as we see in the search, we see Amazon again. We see Very Well Fit. That might be a site that we definitely want to check out. Walmart, huge site. This is a pretty tough term, competitive term. So to be on page 1 for that, they definitely probably have some type of authority, or they've been around for a little bit. So what I would suggest you do is come down all the way to suggested terms. And I kind of like this long term right here, what to put in a fruit infuser water bottle. Now what is that doing? that's educating the consumer, and you're giving free information, you're teaching them something, and you're going to get them over onto your blog if you can rank for this. Now I just want to pull up this keyword term, 170 searches per month, and I think it's nice long tail. We'd have to do a little bit more deep diving on these keywords to see how competitive they are, because again, when you're first starting off, you want to get keywords that are not super competitive so that you can have a chance of ranking at the top of page 1 of Google and take some of this traffic over to your site. Dick's Sporting Goods, Culinary Hill. Okay, so let's look at this, waterrev.com. Sounds like a water bottle type of website. It's taking a little time to load. How to use an infuser water bottle. Okay, so it looks like they have a nice, long, in-depth blog post, nice images. Okay, so this website is not selling their own water bottle. If they were, you'd probably see a shop button up here, which they could do. If they wanted to add Shopify on here, they could. They could create their own. And I want you to take this in consideration. When you're doing your research, you might find other blogs that are generating good amount of traffic and they're ranking for a lot of terms, and they don't have a Shopify store, but they're still your competitor because they're on page 1 stealing some traffic that maybe you want. Don't just click off just because they don't have a shop. Look at their content, because what you can do is mimic their content strategy, generate the same type of traffic, and then instead of linking out to other websites, because what they're doing here, it's called affiliate marketing, they're going to get a commission for linking out to these other websites, and if you buy the best fruit infuser water bottle here, they'll get a small commission. They can actually send this back over to their own shop if they had their own brand and generate sales that way. So you would be doing the same thing. So just get in the mind of that when you're reverse engineering your competitors that are on page 1 for certain terms that you think would be really good for your brand. They don't always just need a shop. It is good to see if they have a shop, because then you could also go look at their shop, get other product ideas. But when there's content that is ranking, it helps you understand, okay, this is the type of content that's ranking. It's usually well-written content. It usually is very informative. They're teaching people something. They have really well optimized images that are really clear. Again, it's a nice, easy to read blog post that's in depth. Look how long this is. So you want to see how long is it? How much content do I have to write? You never want to copy any content as well. You need to have original content. Okay, so with that said, what we're going to do now is we're going to take this site over, and because I like what we found here. I like that there's some potential here. They're ranking on page 1 for this long tail term on exactly how to use the water infuser and what fruit to put in it and how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and come over to SEMrush. We're going to come back up here, get rid of that website, and let's run a search on this website. So domain overview. All right, they got a decent amount of backlinks and referring domains. They're ranking for a decent amount of keywords. Authority score is nice for this type of website, 31. Again, this is SEMrush, and I know if you're new, you might be going like, what is all this data? I can't in one video teach everything about SEMrush and SEO. We just wouldn't have enough time. We'd be here for hours on hours. But I just want to show you this tool because this actually helps you so much when you're doing your research. If you're going to implement SEO on your blog and your Shopify store, you want to make sure that you're looking at competitors. Let's see what else they have. We click View Details, and we'll look at a list of the keywords that they're ranking for. How does fruit infuser bottle work? Okay, that could definitely be something that we would want to look into because we're going to be selling a fruit infuser bottle. Looks like they talk about water filters as well. Why do I feel sick after drinking water? So what we're doing here is we're just looking at a competitor, potential competitor, who is ranking for one of the fruit infuser terms that I believe is a good term that we can go after. And now we're bringing them into SEMrush and just seeing what they have going on their blog. Where are they getting traffic from? What other keywords might be potential keywords? And we would make a list. And we would go back and look at other keyword terms And we would keep coming in here with other competitors that have terms that I think would be good for our blog, and we'd just keep making a list, keep making a list. And then we'd really narrow it down, especially if you are a new blogger and new website owner with your Shopify store. You want to look for terms that are not too competitive, so then you narrow it down by finding terms that are more long tail and that aren't too competitive, and then writing the best content around that topic that you can. After you write the best content that you can, you're going to optimize it on your blog. You're going to let it sit. You're going to maybe do an outreach campaign where you can start getting that content shared and then also get backlinks back to your content, which fuel it up. It's a whole SEO process. But just know, when that process is going on and you keep putting out optimized content, over time your website becomes more authority. It builds higher authority score. The more content you have, the more traffic you get, the more trusted you become, the more backlinks you'll build organically as well. And you just start fueling up your site, your blog, and your shop. And then people just start finding you organically, and it's evergreen. In the beginning, yes, you're putting in a lot of work because you're writing, unless you're outsourcing the writing, which I outsource a lot of the writing that I have on all my blogs. So I have a writer that's very good at writing that I just task, and they write all the content. Then we optimize it, we put it on our blogs, and we let it sit, and we get backlinks, and we just keep fueling up the blogs, keep fueling up the blogs. And as the blog gets stronger, you can also start to go after some more competitive terms. And those are terms that get searched potentially thousands and thousands of times per month. And once you're on page one for that, your site can really start to take off, get tons of traffic. And if you have that shop and you're leading people and educating people and you have good products on there, they're going to start converting and start making sales organically. So this is how we are leveraging SEO with Shopify stores and with e-com stores and not spending any money on ads. You can generate sales in the long run by investing in search engine optimization. I hope this video gave you some gems. I hope it was valuable and you learned something today. Me sharing actually a store of mine and showing you that you can actually leverage search engine optimization, position yourself in the search engines for the right keywords, get targeted traffic, and then also get sales without spending a dime on any ads. If you like this video, please give me the thumbs up. Share this with anyone that you think might be interested in this type of content. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.